So here are a couple of things that I think are important to acknowledge in terms of leadership and the changes or the evolution that's happened, right? The first is, and in fact there is a lot of research to support this, which is that what has happened is our education system has changed. Now just bear with me. The education system has changed. Why? Because in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, the education system actually went towards creating graduates who were specialized. And so what that did was that you have a number of people who emerged in the 80s out into the workforce who became very technocratic, right? So before that, you had what they call liberal arts majors in terms of leaders who actually understood strategy and broad concepts really well. What ends up happening now in the 90s is that those leaders phase out, who are broad thinkers, strategists, and you have technocrats literally take over from them in terms of leadership. Nothing wrong with technocrats. Why? Because they were very good at what they did, and they knew how to make money. And they were also, as a result of that, deemed as experts, which we loved, and we put them in senior level positions. The only problem there is that as a result, leadership is now void, quite possibly, of broad strategic thinking. And we are missing that now. And that's the challenge for leaders in this next evolution. How do you, what you call, be an expert in the field, but also broaden your thinking? I think the banking and finance sector, as a result, is really a victim to exactly that, which is that over the years, what has happened is that a number of people have been extremely successful in the things that they've been specialized in doing. They've executed well, they've developed their products exceptionally well, and they've been able to drive client revenue. So what happens, they're now put into leadership positions. Great that they're in those leadership positions, except that nobody's actually taken the time to help develop their leadership skills. Sometimes it's also a little too late to develop their leadership skills, because if you know the saying, you can't teach old dog new tricks, it becomes more challenging. So there's a people management aspect that sometimes is missing. There's a strategy or broad strategy aspect that sometimes is missing. And as a result, leadership gets or seems compromised.